Hello, my name is Abe and welcome back to Enter the Gungeon warm-up. Milt Thompson in chat wants Gunslinger, and you know what? It's been a while. We played recently as the convict? The paradox? I think we played as the robot as well. Let's play as the Gunslinger and let's get some cool gun synergies happening here, right? I know people say he's the OP character, but, well, really there's no but. He is kind of the OP character, but he's a fun character too, especially when you have lots of guns in the game and potentially very cool, interesting, fun synergies that we can access potentially. His starting weapon is also fantastic. There's not a lot of weapons in the game that have perfect accuracy. This is one of them. At least I believe it's completely, stop chasing me down. Let's test. Dude, it looks perfectly accurate, which means I don't even know how things like spice would affect a weapon like this. Would it ever get inaccurate at all? I don't know. So this looks like a secret room right there. It could also be the trap door that leads to the oubliette, or it could be nothing, who knows? But maybe we'll get the opportunity to find out. Maybe this will be one of those fabled Abe 99 spice runs where we one-shot the final boss with the starting pistol. Blunderbuss, shoots anything. You know, if we're gonna get the blunderbuss, I like getting it with synergies because it makes it a little bit better. But I gotta be honest, I like the blunderbuss normally anyways. I think it's not that bad. There are worse weapons. Cough. Pea shooter, cough. Yes, I said pea shooter before the clob. Clob also sucks. Segus Jr., welcome. Heya, how are you doing today? How are you doing today? And Temgal, welcome as well. Rat fight. I try to fight the rat on most of my runs, but here's my path, my Gungeon path decision-making process, okay? I'm trying to phrase this correctly. In Gungeon, if possible, I go to the oubliette because I like doing the floor and I like the fact that it's a little bit of an extra bit of the run. If there is a black chest on the first floor, I will open it, even if it means I don't have the keys for the oubliette. Otherwise, I'll try to go to the oubliette. I don't always fight the Abbey floor and do the Old King. I try to, but sometimes I'm just not in the mood for it. And I generally don't worry about the rat fight, but in my head, I often like to get the key if I have the money for it, but that's it. Like if I have the cash, I'll maybe think about getting the key. If I have a way of stealing, maybe I'll get the key. Otherwise, I'm just gonna like buy equipment. I'm just gonna buy whatever I want from the shops, keys, items. And if we have the cash, if we have the opportunity, we'll do it. And I think that works rather well. So right now, for instance, I don't really want elephant gun, but I'll buy the key. I'll buy a key next floor, and if we buy keys and then we don't have enough money for the, I'm gonna do this. That is bad. If we don't have enough money for the rat key, we don't have enough money for the rat key, whatever. Honestly. We were just talking about first floor bosses in chat a second ago. I don't mind Gatling Gull, but it's been so long since I've played normal mode. Maybe Gatling Gull is just really annoying in normal mode. I do think that we have just absolutely trash weapons. And since I opened up the chest, I specifically thought to myself, well, I don't really care if it's a weapon chest. In hindsight, I guess I do care that it's a weapon chest, because we could have gotten maybe a better weapon out of the Gatling Gull fight. We still could, but it's less guaranteed. Yeah, sure, I'll just take freaking B bullets for no reason. All right. We've got what we wanted. We're gonna go down to the oubliette because we have the keys for it. And I'm not gonna open up brown chests. I'd rather get another floor in. and we'll go from there. Another thing though is that if you go down to this floor, you get more money. Maybe we can buy the rat key. Who knows? AJD says, I've done a lot of Gungeon, got the finished gun, but I never beat the rat and punch out. Funnily enough though, I got 2 rat chest mimics and got 2 keys in the fight. So you have been able to become the rat, but only because of the freebies. I mean, that's good. Don't let anyone take that achievement away from you. Not everyone can get to the rat fight and kill him anyways. Don't let my Gungeon success be your barometer for your own personal success. Not everyone can say that they've beat the rat fight without being able to see it. The rat fight is tricky, Trash Panda, welcome. It's particularly tricky because it's unlike anything else in this game. You have to have a whole nother set of skills in order to play it. I guess what I like about it is that it is kind of just optional. You know, you don't lose anything by failing it. You don't die if you fail that fight. Big ol' blueprint. I don't mind it. That's in the next room over here, isn't it? I don't mind getting full complete mapping forever. Now I don't have to shoot walls and try to find secret rooms, even though I know I'm going to do that anyways. Because, I mean, it's me. Wait, is this just like the best item? Okay, I thought it was trash because we were using it against Gatling Gull, but no, it is just the best item. It hits literally everything in the entire room. It stuns every enemy completely. All right, that is a little ridiculous. I love it. Ellington Team says I have everything other than High Dragon Fire and a Cormorant Run. I even have Yellow Tonic. I mean, the only reason I've only gotten the High Dragon Fire once. It's not been on this save file, and hilariously, I got Cormorant on my first run back to Dead Cells. Which you have to acknowledge is absolutely stupid luck. That's Gunslinger for you. I mean, I never knew that Crueler Glaive was this good. It does look like it's bleeding enemies. It doesn't look like they actually take damage though. It's like a visual effect only. It's gotta be something related to the game that this is referencing, right? That's my opinion, that's my thought. Ellington Team says, I try to almost always do a 10 floor run or a 9 floor with the past. Almost every run I do is 10 or 9. I mean, there's no shame in not being able to do the whole run every time. I remember talking about that very thing back when one of the Gungeon updates came out a long time ago. No, I think it was actually just before that. I think it was in the base game thinking about, oh, how do you actually do streaks in this game? Can you do a full floor streak? If you get hit with the crest, you're gonna lose the crest. And then if you lose the crest, you're gonna not be able to do your full streak. So then I thought about it and I realized, what's the most impressive thing you can do in this game? Well, it's probably just, you know, killing the true final boss as a streak. And then I didn't care about that in the end because ultimately, like, who cares? Ultimately, who cares about streaking in Enter the Gungeon? Grenade launcher Thwomp. Fires unfinished gun shots, I think? Joel says, I'm preparing some food at work. How about you? Are you at work and you're like eating a meal? Like you're making a lunch or you're doing like a late dinner or something? Or does your job have like food preparation in it somewhere. Like, this is just my responsibility at work. Maybe you work on an oil rig and this is like your, you know, 2-hour break before dinner. Or before bedtime. You gotta get up at 4 a.m. and start drilling for more oil. Oil. Disposable says not feeling too good. Sorry to hear that you're not feeling very well. Watching Abe in my pajamas and 2 sweaters on. Put on a hat! There's your problem. Ellington team says, I find it fun having a lot of floors in the run. I mean, this is just good. I also find it fun to have as many floors on the run as possible, but I definitely don't worry about it. So like right now, for instance, we're not doing the old crest. I don't care. If I had another key drop, I would do it, but I spent my key to get a gun. So, you know, it's just a bit of a whatever. You know, whatever. I'm not gonna let it bother me. I hope it doesn't bother you, chat. But yeah, if we had another key, we would do it. But I just wanted a chest. I wanted a gun. So I took it. Joel says, I own a pizza shop. We closed 1 hour ago and I'm doing some prep for tomorrow. You own a pizza shop? My God, where? Where is this pizza shop? Can I get a deal on pizza? If I ate nothing but pizza for my entire life, would you be able to provide it? Is it good pizza, or do you own a Domino's? Burn. It is worth it to have a little bit of curse. Friday night says free pizza for chat. As long as you're buying. What do you mean, do what you want? I haven't had pizza in a while. It sounds delicious. Switzerland, you'll get one when you visit. Damn! Anyone own like a private jet? St. Gallen. I've never been to Switzerland. I've been to Europe, but I was too young to remember because I was a little wee lad. Do you ever get the 9 curse with the hero shrine asks? Tam. Can I call you Tam? Tam? The answer is really no. I don't usually go for the hero shrine that gives you 9 curse. Normally I like to just play vanilla, other than turbo mode, because it's a nice difficulty increase in general. I think the reason why I don't like the hero shrine is because it really limits the items that you can take on a run if you don't want to deal with LJ. You know, I probably wouldn't pick up Unicorn Horn if I had 9 curse. I probably wouldn't pick up anything from the curse shop. I probably wouldn't steal much. So not doing it, I think, opens up a lot more possibilities for the run. Tamandu's fine. Tamanda or Tamandao? Tamandu? I want to try to do an LJ run, says Ellington team. Rainbow run, start and keep, take the shrine, cursed item, have him chase me the whole run. Or you could just play BCDD 20T. It's essentially the same thing. He can show up randomly and he'll chase you for the whole run. You might think to yourself, Abe, those two things are mutually exclusive. Not with my luck. I can't say that. I've got good luck in Gungeon, I feel. Let's fight. LJ scares me, says AJD. As he should, rightfully so. He is the lord of the jammed. What? Dude, I've not been hit on the holster in a long time. That's like an embarrassing performance right there. What the heck hit me? Friday night says there is my boy, the Beholster. I like the Beholster. He's a fun fight. Very pattern oriented, relatively easy. I don't know how I saw the bullet that hit me. I thought I was gonna be able to dodge it, let's be honest. And we have a great item in the D-pad, believe it or not. Because I can do something that I probably would not do if I had 9 curse. I can buy Table Tech Blank and then steal Chaos Amulet. I will buy a key. Unfortunately, D-pad cannot steal Nod Key. You have to have stealth to steal it, not a hook shot. But with a couple of keys, maybe we can go open up a chest. I wouldn't mind opening up a brown chest to see what we can get. Because that's a passive, I'll go for a blue gun. Gamma ray is weird, but I don't think it's particularly good. And we're done. So let's get the heck out of here. AJD says, I hate stealing with the D-pad because I always end up stealing the wrong item. Sometimes, yeah, especially when you're stealing from the curse lady, because she has like a very claustrophobic shop. It's hard to find the angle to steal the right piece of equipment. So I do that on her constantly. I steal the wrong things. Hey, thank you. Oh yeah! Now I can just flip all the tables. Amanda says, I had no idea D-pad could steal things. Let me give you the rundown, okay? Let me finish this room. So D-pad fires these little yellow bullets. If you press down, right, shoot, you get a mega hand shot. If you press left, left, shoot, well, okay, left, left, shoot, you get a grappling hook. The grappling hook you can use to steal because it functions exactly like the normal grappling hook. However, be aware, and also if you press down, right, down, right, down, right, and you tap shoot 3 times, hold on. You can get up to 3 mega hand shots. It's a little hard to work with though. You gotta just remember though that if you have the grappling hook and you're trying to steal, if anyone catches you, they're gonna get pissed because they see you steal. If you want to steal and not piss someone off, you gotta do it very carefully, let's say. Air quotes. Thank you. My mind has been blown. It's there's another item, another gun that lets you steal. It's the Gray Mauser because it puts you into stealth. So that's another one if you haven't seen it. Stealing is very strong in Gungeon because you get free items for, you know, 1 curse. For 1 curse, we picked up a pretty substantial benefit because now every table flip is gonna have random status effects. It's beautiful. Disposable is correct. Predator as well. I didn't remember that one. Ellington team says, me personally, I don't care about pissing off shopkeepers other than Bellow. That's the thing. So, you know, let's put a little bit more knowledge out there, okay? When you steal from a shopkeeper and they catch you and they get real pissed off, they will close up their shop. This only matters for Bello, because he will keep his shop closed for the rest of the run. Other shopkeepers, they will reopen their shop if you see them later in the run. So that's why I didn't care about pissing off the blank man. His shop, he closed his shop down, even though it didn't happen visually. It did happen. But if I find him later, he's just gonna have a new inventory for me to steal from, so, you know, he'll learn his lesson one of these days, probably, maybe. Don't open your shop when Abe is around. Need the key. What the hell was that? I like seeing this thing get stuck sometimes. Reminds me that it's a physical object in the world. You know me, I love stealing. Mind Flayer time says disposable account. Man. Do you know a lot about Gungeon, or do you just watch me a lot? Because I didn't even put 2 and 2 together on that one before you did. That is indeed a Mind Flayer arena. I will spend the key. Betrayer's Shield. We get the synergy version, so it's infinite ammo. This just says yes. Yeah, we don't need to buy anything. Although wind-up gun is pretty nice. We don't need it. We don't even have the money for it. So what do we want? What is our weapon of choice? Unfortunately, probably still the Rattler. I know we could use infinite ammo gun, but I don't want to. Okay, these are heat-seeking claymores. I need a new weapon. I need to be able to move, so probably not this one. I don't really want to use Betrayer Shield because it is a bit cheesy. That doesn't do enough damage. Look, my weapon choices are kind of limited right now. I hate to say it. I thought I got hit there for a second. I like the grenade though, because if it hits the Mind Flayer, it will break spawned claymores by breaking the bullets that create them. Get the Dungeon Eagle. What does this thing fire? Like rocks? By the way, caca. What does this thing even fire at the charge shot? Looks like it just fires a big rock. Man, this is a run in which I would love to have more keys on. We are breaking a lot of chests. Let's get out of here. AJD says, I originally thought it was Blockner. Ooh, key shop. I guess Blockner also has that same arena layout, right? The one with the one that looks like Mind Flayer, the octagonal room. Yeah, I think that's still a Blockner arena too. I fought him like 4 times yesterday, but I can't remember what his arena looks like. AJD says, I never noticed the arena shapes. Sometimes you can predict the boss you're gonna fight on other floors as well. Like for this one, I know this is gonna be High Priest because his is the only one with pillars in the room. But if you were fighting the kill pillars, it would be a much smaller room. So you could predict, potentially. Actually, this kind of looks like a Blockner room, but I don't think it's Blockner. Oh, it's Blockner! It looks like a shield! It's not an octagonal shape. Well, by the way, get shielded. I'm gonna beam him. You like shields? I got your shields right here. That took way too long. Dun, 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 dun. There's the key. Let's see what our keyman has. Ooh. Considering there are 3 mimics in this room, yeah, okay. You know, actually, I want this. I'm stealing that. Thank you, friend. All right, let's see what we get now. Let's fight him in the big room. Come here. Dude, I hate the doubled sound effects with the bees. I might sell the bees on this floor because I don't like the item. So we got a key, the jetpack, and 2 R-guns with rocket, also known as Techor. We actually have a legitimate synergy here too, but unfortunately it defaults to the rocket, which is not very good, so rip, unfortunately. All right, let's go. For a Blockner mini boss, that took some time. That was the amount of time a floor 1 boss or a Fusilier would take. Ooh, right. I was gonna say lucky. There's nothing lucky about it. We've got some okay stuff on this run. What we are lacking is like any good boss killer. We have guns that can work for bosses, but nothing that's actually gonna work well on bosses. NT Pop says, I wish there was a way to select your synergies with the gunslinger, like disable some of them. I mean, wouldn't that, in theory, just make the run stronger? It would make the run more OP? What about like a rebalancing of his effects? Like maybe you can select synergies, but only a certain number of them per run. Like you can enable 5 weapon synergies, or maybe like once per floor. Once per floor even, that's anywhere from 5 to 10, so maybe not that. Gemmerlingo, welcome. What did I miss? You missed a little bit of Gungeon, not much else. Also, sorry for the screen flash. Really thought that would have killed the spawning spent, but I think that's actually the big boy that does that. This is the room where you would want to have Big Boy, just to stop the spawns. But I guess with this gun, it doesn't matter. AJD says, just give me game over R-gun. What do you mean game over R-gun? Finished gun? Or goodbye, hello, nice to see you. Hasta la vista, baby. Yeah, Yeah, the synergy with finished gun. I mean, my favorite one is definitely one of the magic synergies. I forget which one was my favorite. I do like Die Werewolf Die, but I think even beyond that, I like Hocus Pocus, or whatever that one is. Munchies Run. We did get a little bit of food here. I want to open the chest before we go. Mimic synergy? Mimic. Chest. Mimic. Chest. You know what? Oh my god. I keep pressing the button right after they spawn. Well, what's the freaking point? It's a comical amount of blood that comes out of enemies, by the way. Okay, this is our first actual, like, boss-killing weapon. Let's do it. I'll fight the High Priest. Not like we have a choice. Well, he hit me, which means we lost our damage bonus. I didn't even see the shot come out. Then again, I guess, like, what do I expect? I haven't played in a long time. I forgot just how fast this guy is. He's annoying. Can you get the Behold synergy with the Gunslinger? Honestly, I do not know, but I don't think so. Oh right, you're a Mimic too. Because I've never had it work ever. And you would think that it would work when you have one or two of the guns, right? Maybe I've just never, ever had a run with the Gunslinger where I had two of the weapons that it would synergize with. I'm sure I've had runs where I've had one of the weapon. So I'm not gonna do RNG, but I am going to sell. Because there's a lot of weapons that we are not gonna use, like Blunderbuss. I don't know if Trick Gun is any good. I am gonna sell the bees. The bees just throw me off too much. I know we lose table tech bees, but honestly, who cares? And then we're gonna go. That's enough money we can buy/steal on the next floor. Ellington team says, warning, warning, opinion, warning. High Priest is hard, but not as hard as people make him out to be. He isn't even the hardest 4th floor boss. How would I rank them? I think that Kill Pillars is, I think that the High Priest is the hardest 4th floor boss, but I think that the other 4th floor bosses are very easy. When did I get table tech money? I think that Kill Pillars are really easy, and I think Wallmonger is pretty easy. The exception is the BCDD20T variants, because I think snipers on Wallmonger fight are insanely difficult. Back when they had the original level 4 DD20 modifiers, the bosses had their own special effects. Wallmonger was absolutely the hardest boss. High Priest was basically a freebie. It was just fire. And then the poison chessboard was annoying, but you could work around it with good play or with any piece of equipment that removes poison from the ground or makes you immune. Galactic Medal of Valor, that's great. But normal, if we're talking normal game, I would say normal game, High Priest is probably the hardest. And mostly it's just because the other bosses are entirely pattern-based. Like, if you just know where to stand, you won't get hit. High Priest is like, you gotta pay attention to the bullets coming out of the walls behind you, the ones coming out of the walls from him. His shots are fast, his patterns are loosey-goosey. It's much more about quick dodge rolling. People take money, stays, but bees got sold. Disrespectful, says Jammer Lango. So the reason why I don't like the bees is because there are bugs with it in the game, which are annoying to deal with. And then also, I hate that every time it fires a bee, it makes a shotgun sound. It throws me off all the time. It's not my favorite item. Not by a long shot. You son of a gun. If they fix the bugs with the bee item, I would probably use it a lot more, but because it's so buggy, it's like, I can't do it. That's right, we lost that. Wow. There you go. I need more damage and more guns. For a gunslinger run, we have remarkably few good weapons. Wallmonger snipers are hard. Checkerboard poison is just all right. High Priest is practically unchanged. The thing about the checkerboard poison on the kill pillar fight is that there are quite a few items in the game that provide you immunity to that. Anything that's flight, the sponge, any poison immunity items, and at that point, it's a free modifier. Same with the fire. So I can understand those not being included anymore, them having changed it. But the Wallmonger snipers are just so much more difficult in comparison. Funnily enough, you can stop them if you have the big boy. It will kill the snipers, which is very funny to me. Charge shot. It's a gun, I will take it, it's okay. Cheesing infinite coolness with cigarettes and reload is one of my favorite things to do, says NT Pop. I have done that in multiple runs. Hell, I've done that even without cheesing it, getting infinite coolness in multiple runs. It's an exceptionally fun build to have infinite crits with the crit Vorpal gun. Vorpal? Crit Vorpal gun. Vorpal. Your friend in crits. Sour Lemonade, welcome, says I saw a Gungeon video post and was like, hey, he's probably streaming Gungeon. I came here as fast as possible. It just misclicked. Definitely playing some. I once beat the game with an amazing table tech blanks, portable tables, gold amulet, probably one of my best runs to Sour Lemonade. I think that's the run that on YouTube I clickbait titled the best run of Gungeon ever. And yes, it did get more views than my normal Gungeon runs. In case you were wondering. Yes, the clickbait works. I hate that the clickbait worked, but it did. Dum, dum. Chili pepper. I'm not your Vorpal, buddy. What, those Wallmonger snipers can die from Big Boy? I thought they didn't have hitboxes or HP. The Wallmonger snipers do have hitboxes. No, wait, okay, let me rephrase. The Wallmonger snipers They don't have hitboxes, they don't have HP. However, in the room that the boss is in, they still show up as an enemy. So the big boy, it's programming, it's how it's coded in the game is that it looks for all of the enemies in the room and then it kills them. It doesn't do a check for hitboxes, it doesn't do a check for HP. It just says, take all the enemies in the room and kill them. So that's why Big Boy can still work on those wallmonger snipers. It just bypasses the check completely. It's very funny. I believe I have done that before. What an absolutely, like, terrible assortment of guns. I'm gonna re-roll something. Let's see. What do we not want? Probably don't want the grenade launcher anymore. I think we're gonna dump that. And then I'm gonna dump the water gun because it's trash. Got the sling. I guess it's good. I needed a boss killer. D-pad chest as well. Yeah, let's do it. We don't need it anymore. I'll go buy, I'm just gonna go buy this. Watch as we immediately get like guild bullets or something, but. I should have realized. In my head, I'm like, is it a mimic? It came from my gun. My gun wasn't a mimic. Teleporter prototype. Garbage! Although maybe we should use this on the next floor to go fast and bypass it. Yeah, let's do that. Let's bypass the next floor. Not a 10 out of 10 get, unfortunately. Sadly, that's how YouTube works. Honestly, it's just more effort, because I gotta think of a clickbaity title. I already have to think of a title for these runs. You know how hard it is to create 1,500 unique Enter the Gungeon titles when nothing exciting happens on a run? No, you don't! At least now I can, like, I have an excuse to reuse old titles, like The Gunslinger. That's what ChatGPT is for these days. Dude, if only. Can I have it watch my entire video and say, create a clickbait thumbnail title for this one? If that's possible, let me know. I'm gonna have to self-report that to YouTube one of these days. YouTube is cracking down on AI content. I don't know if that counts for episode title names. Ellington Team says, I love doing the zoom out exploit with the Dragon Boss Room, very helpful for visibility. That's why you got the map. This ain't no Risk of Rain Returns. Fun game, by the way. A Sour Lemonade says, I might endlessly rant about Gungeon now that it's back on topic. Rant away! They also say, the rooms before the Lich are harder than the Lich itself. I think it's run dependent. I guess just feed ChatGPT info about the run. How about the item list? I mean, the real question is it smart enough to understand what it's doing? Is it smart enough to understand what you want? Does it know what Gungeon is? Oh my God, Larry DeHooster, thank you very much for the resub. I was worried, you got me. I hope you were intentionally trying to get me because you got me. I thought LJ spawned. I was very concerned for a minute when I walked into this room and I heard that sound effect. Troll LJ strikes again. That's why I have him there. I love it. I love the troll. You heard it here first. Jump scare. Scarier than the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, am I right? I haven't seen it. I can only assume. Come here. Got him. Five Nights at Freddy movie had the scary moments, but overall not really, says Ellington Team. That was my understanding. I haven't seen it, but I'm also not a FNAF lore guy. I don't know, charge shot? What are the synergies with charge shot? Anything good? I guess it still does good damage. It'll kill these enemies. Troll LJ, Troll J, TJ. G stands alone, welcome. Was this boss a huge dragon with guns? That's crazy. So the dragon boss is actually made of spent shell casings. In theming of Gungeon, of course. Sour Lemonade says, charge shot such an underrated boss killer. It depends on the boss. It also depends on if you can get a duct tape with a flame hand. And I think we have a synergy that gives it more bounces, which is nice, because that's more damage. Sour Lemonade says, the first and only time I got clone on a regular non-rainbow run, I had the biggest choke I've ever had. Died on the first floor. Sounds to me like you just need to play more Gungeon. What, you don't get clone every single run? I just launched the game and it gives it to me. What's that? I'm not representative of the general population? Ridiculous. I'm the everyman. Stop it. Oh, I almost blocked it all. Whatever, just die. Fun run. I feel like we didn't really see too many of the fun, unique weapon synergies. We just kind of had whatever, but I'll take it. AJD says, Joel, you should see Evil King Cannon, which is the greatest name of all time, by the way. He's not an actual cannon, though. Good run, though. I had a fun time with it. Lots of speed ups. I think Valor is a speed up as well. I think we got a little bit unlucky with the Gungeon blueprint. The mapping is kind of so-so, but thankfully we were playing as a gunslinger, because this would have been a bit of a more annoying run without it, not having access to a couple of the weapon synergies, but good run. And for those of you on YouTube, Thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe for more, check me out on Twitch for when I go live, support the channel at any of the links below in the video description, and I hope to see you here again for the next run of Enter the Gungeon.